I won't say a lot of things because they're personal, but let's just say through a lot of unbelievable obstacles,
Mm.
she never let me have anything less than anyone else. So that was one moment there where I was thinking, I really should thank her, and I did.
Mojean, in terms of the heart and pride and passion that we're hearing from you right now about being Iranian, um, when I mean, you're a kid who was born in Sydney. You grew up in
Yeah.
Australia. But when you won that Heath Ledger scholarship, a very prestigious scholarship in 2017, you paid tribute to your Iranian heritage and gave this appreciation for your mother, Mariam. I watched the video of your acceptance speech, and you actually break down as you're talking about her. Tell us a bit about her and why in that moment you wanted to talk about her and be so grateful for this Iranian mom who escaped Iran.
It makes me emotional to sort of even think about it. But, that was, I would still say, the defining moment of my life in a lot of ways. I was very, I had some success till then, but I was really just struggling. In LA, I there was no sort of identity of an actor that I looked up to in any way that existed in Australia. So I packed my bags and I first came to America by myself at a really young age. And by the time I won that Heath Ledger scholarship, I was about 25 years old. And it's for, yeah, Americans will get confused about scholarship. It's sort of this award. And I'd been a finalist 2 years in a row, which was already a huge thing. But I had no agents, I had no managers, I had no idea of what to do in my career next. And the judging panel consisted of Gary Oldman and, people that I really looked up to.
Yeah.
Um, and I had very impactful mentors from the year before who were finalists who told me privately that I should stop putting so much hope in this institution. This institution would never select anybody with my name. And it was very heartbreaking because I was like, okay, but what am I gonna do? It felt like I had no other.
Heath Ledger was obviously Australian. It's an
Yeah,
Australian kind of
award
institution.
that, yeah, it's an Australian institution. And it's Heath's family. There's sort of a board from Australians in film, this organization, and what they would call like Heath's friends, people like Gary Oldman and whatnot. Um, you know, there's been a lot of prestigious judges. A part of it, Naomi Watts was one of my judges. Um, Give an award to celebrate and support a young Australian actor. When I won, and the other people that I was competing with that year were quite known. And I remember one of them in particular had Vogue at the award ceremony covering her. And there was like all this press there, and I was sort of sat in the corner alone. And you just assume, okay, like this is your seating position. Like obviously you're not. They know, and when I had won, I really had no idea, and life sort of stopped, and then sort of thanked everyone, and then I thought, oh wait, who have I not thanked? And it hit me like a ton of bricks that the reason why I'm even here at all is because of my mother. So yeah, that was very intense because she was very, she grew up in Iran. She always wanted to be in the arts. That was taken away from her. She was, married at a very young age.
She didn't grow up wealthy, your mom.
She didn't grow up wealthy. She was married at a very young age, and they came to Australia without a lot of support, and you know through a lot of I won't say a lot of things because they're personal, but let's just say through a lot of unbelievable obstacles.
Mm.
She never let me have anything less than anyone else. So that was one moment there where I was thinking, I really should thank her, and I did.